hoof steps on the roof. There's a twinkle in my eye. I hear hoof steps on the roof. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Year Round Tree. This is episode number 24. I am Nikki P, here as always with my lovely wife Lizzie, ready to talk about Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Today we're going to be sitting by the fire talking about Klaus. I am here with my white Christmas margarita in hand.
Ooh, fabulous.
Unsweetened coconut milk, silver tequila, triple sec lime juice, and ice. Garnish with lime wedge and sanding sugar for the rim, and lime slices and cranberries for garnish.
Oh. See, here I thought you were doing my drink because we're both apparently thinking of a white Christmas because I've got a peppermint white Russian over here. It's eerily similar.
Well, what's funny is I feel like that white Russian goes in step with your outfit today, because you did as you do. You and your fashions, you went and did full body, not just the sweater.
Mm-hmm. As you do.
You with this like red and green elfin military outfit.
Interesting.
Very, very Soviet of you.
Interesting.
I mean, it's broken up by the fact that you have like where the shoulder pad things would be. You have little reindeer faces.
Yes, they're reindeer epaulets.
Okay.
I'm not usually big on epaulets, but they were a nice touch. So
they fit in with what we're talking about today. I thought it was a little formal personally, but
what's formal?
I'm sure you saw him in his little postal uniform the whole time, and you had your thoughts going. And allow me to say, as much as I'm not a fan of uniforms, your butt does look pretty good in it. So
thank you very much. I like you've got all the horror movie people. You got Jason and Chucky, and on that crazy holiday sweater there. They know if you've been naughty or nice. That's pretty creepy.
Well, I mean, it's pretty easy for them to know, because compared to them, you can only be nice.
Pretty much. And frankly, they don't really care either way. They're probably just going to try and kill you anyways.
Yes.
So there you go.
So this is going to be a fun episode. I've been looking forward to it because I think we're going to kind of do a reverse of our last episode.
Oh, with the you loving it and me hating it.
This 2019 movie came out on Netflix.
Yes.
And Liz just looked so upset the entire time we watched it. Meanwhile, I spent the last 20 minutes in tears.
Yeah.
Like just crying.
I don't entirely understand the why, but that's okay.
It was a very emotional movie, Liz. I'm sorry that you don't like to see people have good things happen to them in their lives. You don't like to see positive character change?
No, it's not that. I don't feel like it was earned, to be quite frank with you.
How is it not earned?
Because, okay, Klaus is a cool character. I like him. No one else in this movie is likable. They're all kind of shitty human beings.
Really?
Until I guess they're not, because they give toys to kids and they are happy that the kids like the toys.
I mean, you're completely ignoring the context of the movie, like the world that this is built in.
Okay, help me out.
Okay, first off, yes, they're all pretty shitty people when they start out.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a shitty fucking world. Look where they live. It's a Hatfields McCoys where everyone in the town hates each other. Like, literally, the world is awful.
Mm-hmm.
So even be able to get a sliver of goodness out of people is amazing in and of itself.
Okay.
Like, none of those people should have ever been good. They should have stayed awful the entire movie. But despite themselves, the joy that toy maker brought to that town managed to turn even those really shitty people, those really horribly self-absorbed people, to turn them against their own best interests, all of them against their own best interests.
Mm-hmm.
She started spending money, her own ability to leave.
Mm-hmm.
Spent every penny of it.
Oh, yes. The teacher was the best of the... In fact, she might be the only good adult in the whole town. It was the teacher, because...
Why?
Why? Because they never show any parents interacting with any of the kids in any sort of positive way. They're all horrible, dumb people. Well, except for the foreign parents, of course, because, people who are not white or privileged are, of course, going to be better than people
To have a journey, Liz, you need to start from someplace and move to another place. That was the point in them having the whole center town square Christmas like Eve gathering.
Which was a thing because why? Why do they care about Christmas in this town?
That was the point. That was how they managed to cement the shift. If you hadn't paid attention, you don't remember like the dad taking the wood he was going to use to seal up that hole in his wall and building a playground for the kids. If you paid attention, little by little, the parents started to change.
Because the kids took the initiative. The parents took no initiative to do anything.
No, they were poisoned. That was the whole point of this.
Right. The kids are going to save us all. That's the whole movie.
No, kids didn't do shit. All they did was get toys. That's the point. What did the kids do other than get toys?
Yeah. And then the kids started doing good things so they could get more toys and make sure that they were virtue signaling really hard about it. And then the adults who take no initiative on anything else, they followed in line with the kids who got the good ideas from the teacher and started doing better for themselves. It fixed the whole world because their teacher showed them how.
No.
Okay.
I mean, you can read that way, but you're missing the give and take.
What was the give and take?
The give and take is that yes, the kids may have sparked something inside the parents, but it's not like the kids did anything that even on the kids' volition, nothing that they thought changed the world.
Okay.
What changed the world was the kindness of people that had forgotten how to be kind.
Okay.
That was the whole point. It's an entire town of people that have been trained by their leadership to and they managed to just that little crack of goodness. Like it was literally, they say the whole point in the movie is it's like contagious. One completely,
selfless act begets another selfless act.
Exactly. And you watch, that's the point. It's so good because you can literally watch what is just a cesspool of a town run by the most evil people feeding off of hatred turns into a joyous place little by little. It didn't happen overnight. Like you saw how much the people were fighting it because that's the way they were trained to be. It was like a beautiful story about how not everyone can be. Maybe we're not too far gone at any point. Like to me, this is like the movie, the true spirit of Christmas. Like it exemplifies that there's always hope. Like a town that had been bent on destroying itself for generations managed to become a wonderful place. It just had to get that little crack, that little spark of something. And even if it was based on the self-interest of someone else initially, that little bit of goodness that existed in that situation, which really all comes from the Klaus character, like that manages to infect the whole town. Because even with him, like he was, like a complicated character in and of himself. I'm sorry. Like I said, I spent 20 minutes of this movie crying at the end.
No, that's fine.
It's just funny that you get something so completely different from it. Like I feel like you went into it looking for all the political angles, and I'm just looking for the emotional content of it.
Well, I mean, and that's fine. They were hard to ignore, the teachers reporting on the parents because she heard the kids talking, and that's the great thing about teachers. They can eavesdrop and find out what your parents are up to and make sure they're doing the right stuff. Those dumb parents.
I didn't really get that was the thing at all, but I mean, I guess I get where you got that from, but it didn't really seem like that was the point.
Like it was just, there was so little magic in the actual movie. It was frustrating to me. And I get at the end, they're just like, oh yeah, no, he's like the magical Santa now, or the magical Klaus now. No Santa, because they're not into the Santa part. But he's the magical Klaus now because, I don't know, spontaneous death magic, I guess.
I mean, honey, you're the one that says make it magical at the end of every show.
Yeah, I do, but I am basing the idea of magic on the fact that it actually leads people towards something that is greater and that is good and that is supernatural. They're just saying magic because, I don't know, we wrote ourselves into a corner. He's Santa, so magic.
No, that's not at all what happened. I'm not even sure he wasn't magic from the beginning, and maybe it was just kind of avoiding it. Was he a ghost the whole time? Even, I mean, well, he clearly just disappeared.
No, he was just a guy who had a wife
who died
before they could have kids.
How in those situations? It's just the two of them up there. How did he not die too?
Because he's big and strong and stuff.
Maybe he had unfinished business here on Earth and it wasn't done yet.
Okay.
And when she came calling for him, he went.
Sure.
He was finally released from the earthly realm.
Okay, great.
I mean, he was obviously supernaturally strong in the movie.
Was he? It wasn't like people were knocking over buildings and picking up giant boulders and all of that shit the entire movie. That's what I'm saying. They never clarify who is magical and who is not in the movie. So you're just left to assume that no one is magical, that there is no magic other than like his wife is like the colors of the wind, I guess.
You wanted it to be people magic is apparently all this is. Like, no, nobody was magical in the movie. It wasn't about the magic. It was about the magic of kindness.
Yes, I know. It's a humanist movie, and that's fine.
Kindness is the magic. Like, this is the beauty of our marriage, folks, in that me and Liz do not see eye to eye on anything like this. All the stuff that she sees the joy in, I'm like, this is disgusting.
And vice versa sometimes.
How did anyone possibly make this think it was worth watching? And then we'll turn around and then I'm bawling my eyes out at something that she's like, this is fucking so stupid. We complement each other well.
It's another liar revealed story also. Like, they haven't done that flipping thing 10 billion times.
What do you mean?
Oh, you lied about why you were in town. We hate you now. We're walking away. We're slamming doors in your face. Wah, wah, wah.
There are only 7 stories.
Okay, that's true. That's true.
Repackage it however you like. There are only 7.
It just seems so lazily the way that they packaged it, though. They literally did he shows up and now I'm gonna tell you that he lied. Gasp, he lied? Oh, we're so offended. Now he's leaving, you guys. There's no chance there's gonna be a last minute reversal right before he leaves town. No way, that never happens in these stories. And he didn't get on the boat. Gasp! I am so shocked. You think he's gonna go back? Well, of course he's gonna go back. Oh, he's back. Well, we don't trust you because you lied and you left. Murr. Oh, like every freaking time.
There is only one episode of Phineas and Ferb.
Yes, I agree.
And it's an amazing show.
But they have fun. They have way more fun. It's not fucking lazy.
Oh, really? You didn't have a smile on your face every time that little Sami girl was up there?
She was cute.
And like she's just babbling away in her own language and nobody understands her. You didn't love
Well, no, of course the educated teacher understood her, Nick. You have to go to the educators.
No, the educated teacher barely understood her, first off.
Yes.
She just had a barely grasp of what was going on. And they kind of managed to get it out of her.
Okay. And I'm sorry, where was their romance? I'm sorry, why was she attracted to him at all? Because he was a douche, and she spent the entire time, like, yelling at him, and
she was a fucking twat.
Yes. So why are these people likable, and how the hell did they get to liking each other, and where was that in the story?
Liz, it's a town cut off by boats. At a certain point, nature kicks in, and you gotta pair off, okay?
Okay.
He's the only other guy about her age in town. What do you expect?
And you're telling me that's not lazy writing?
No, I'm telling you that's life on an island.
Ugh.
That's life in a small town. You never lived in a small town. I know people that have had sex with their cousins just because it's pretty hard not to.
Okay.
All right, and not to mention they both underwent changes. It's kind of like Speed, like where they both are in that stressful situation together, and that creates the bonding.
Right. Now she can say, you don't even know what you've done, you stupid man. You've made things better. You're so stupid. Let me show you.
And you don't think she could have been attracted to him in the beginning? Both of them, despite themselves? She tried to kill him in the first one. I think him being attracted to her is less likely.
Neither of them are attractive. It pretty much anyway. I guess the animation style is very nice. The kids are cute.
Come on, like when he decides not to get on the boat, you don't think it was a beautiful way that the first person he sees is the person that he can't even like trade meaning with? He gets to get out how he feels to this person that just kind of babbles back and doesn't make any sense. Like, I thought that was a great choice. It wasn't him immediately going and saying, feeling his guilt out on people. And he didn't know if it was going to work out.
Isn't it kind of condescending to have like the native kid just like, oh, I just babble in this language no one understands, like, and no one attempts to like actually learn anything about them. they're literally just a demographic, basically.
Look, Liz, we've managed to get these people to stop killing each other in a year, okay? And that was like their entire purpose before. Maybe we should give them maybe another year or two before they manage to learn the language of another culture where they hate it themselves. They can't even deal with the fact that the people on the other side of the street exist. Let's let them work up to other cultures. The fact that that kid existed at all in this world and wasn't immediately killed the moment it was on the island was pretty amazing to me. That's probably less realistic. We don't do video on this, folks, but man, if you could see like just the exasperation in Liz's face.
Well, no, it's just like the minority people are automatically on the side of good. There's no interest in getting to know them as individuals. They're literally just a demographic. Like, a lot of that is just so frustrating to me.
And you're not gonna jump on the fact that the minority people also are the whitest people in the movie.
Yeah, well, that's not the point. It's about the minority, the other, the privileged overlord oppressors versus the.
But that's not how this works, Liz. You can't be the minority if you're white. So you get what you're trying to say, but those people aren't going to look at that way.
I just remember kids' movies that were about magic and joy and taking you on a journey, and they didn't always have to be like, these are the evil oppressors and these are the people who are gonna get together and stop them, and you gotta murr.
Okay, well, hey, how about we do that? Just the record, it's not any different than the fucking Burgermeister. This is literally just the recreation of the Burgermeister. It wasn't like there was fucking other force. It was the leadership of the people. It was the shitty people at the top. So if we're gonna fucking be upset about anything, let them be upset about the people at the top, the government manipulating people.
Well, and that's fine if that was the way it was presented, but they were the only parents, the only adults that were presented. At least in the Santa Claus is Coming to Town with the Burgermeister, you had actual parents interacting with their children, having these conversations about what is good, about believing in something bigger, about doing good. Like, the parents were involved. There were no parents in this movie that weren't just completely detached from anything good that was happening.
No, there actually were. You watched that, in particular, the one guy make a change. He was the avatar for that because animation's fucking expensive, Liz. What do you want me to tell you?
Oh, come on. They waste so much fucking money animating like random scenes for this bullshit. Don't give me that.
No, what they wasted their money on was that ridiculous cast. Like, oh my God, the people they got for this movie was pretty impressive. We completely scrapped our notes for this, folks, just so we could hash out this.
It's just become a thing.
Yes. Like, I have a bit in here about, the snail mail joke. And then I have another one about the harrowing experience of getting to the outhouse that first morning.
Yeah.
I just shit my pants, personally.
There were some great visual jokes in the movie. And if I had not been so pissed off at, like, the obvious political, agendas in the whole thing, I probably would have gotten by without it.
What's funny is that I completely, I'm usually the one that's on the politics tip, and I completely missed all of that, Liz. To me, it was a joy.
I know, and that's fine. You were ready to just.
This was a joyful experience
take the ride.
Of watching kindness completely change an awful place, and I loved it.
And I see where you're coming with that, and it's not that it doesn't exist. I don't really like the way that they did it, but it does exist in the movie, and if you could check it out and enjoy it. I don't have a problem if you want to do that. That's fine.
So a couple things here. Number one, the cast we just mentioned. Jason Schwartzman plays your main character, who is just a total douche.
Such a douche.
He's like the heir to basically the guy that runs the post office in this country or whatever it is, which also looks like it doubles as their military.
Yeah, it's really weird because he can apparently just appoint people places. There's no hierarchy. There's no checks and balances. There's no board. It's just like, nope, I say this. I fucking own everything, so we go do it.
He's the fucking postal czar.
Yeah, what the
They have literal military uniforms. He's in post office boot camp when the movie begins.
It's really weird.
It was pretty impressive. The first character you meet, outside of all that, is when he gets to the island. It's Norm Macdonald, who plays the ferryman to get him to this island.
Yeah, he's a mean-spirited prick.
Yeah, but he's so funny and he keeps popping up. What's funny though is even he kind of changes throughout the story, because even when he's taking the kid back, when they're leaving the island, and he's kind of the one that points out he doesn't look very happy.
Yeah,
this isn't foreshadowing of anything or nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Makes that good snail mail joke because the guy's crawling on the ground.
Yeah. He's just enjoying his misery entirely too much.
So you have the leaders of the clans
Right.
who are voiced by Will Sasso.
Being the dumbest male alive.
The funniest line is where Joan Cusack's character just goes, "How have we not defeated you yet?" This is so fucking stupid.
Yeah, 'cause she's dumb and bad, but she's smarter than him.
Yeah.
Because obviously the lady would be smarter.
Oh my god, yeah, I think it's the most evil person. So women are more evil is what that story taught me, Liz.
I mean, you know, yeah, okay, sure.
Rashida Jones plays the school teacher.
She's another like hard-boiled, strong woman type character. I'm surprised she's not like Captain Marvel, basically.
I guess. I mean, she looked like she should have done better for her life than becoming a fishmonger at the school.
Well, she wasn't a fishmonger. She was a teacher.
Who became a fishmonger because the world didn't need teachers anymore. So there's that. And is it J.K. Simmons that does the
Klaus,
does Klaus?
I think, yeah. And he has a good voice. He's got enough, gravity to it.
Well, and they really don't lay a lot on him voice-wise.
Are they just trying to make like Santa like really badass? Because I feel like this and the Kurt Russell Santa movie, like Santa's this big like dude. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna break some stuff. Or I mean, I could, but I'm not gonna because I'm Santa, or not Santa Claus. But
well, honey, I hate to break it to you. He's always been a big jolly guy.
No, not jolly, badass.
I mean, he guffaws in the middle of the movie.
Yeah, at the very accidentally, and then he like tries to cover for it because he's so, I don't know, whatever.
Honey, it was you couldn't contain the joy. It was the joy seeping into everything.
Uh-huh.
And even as sad as his life was, he could still find the laughter in it.
Uh-huh. And that was nice. They helped him rebuild his life, and that was pretty cool.
Liz, most of my life is centered around the fact that there's no Christmas spirit left in the world, and you can't let me have a movie that will give me hope that maybe all is not lost.
I said you can absolutely have it. I did say that.
And you refused to share in it with me.
That was me sharing in it. They rebuilt his life. They rebuilt his tree, and that was a really sweet moment.
Like literally everything from the moment where they gave the girl the fucking sled, I was in tears for. It was just all of it.
What is with the whole let's sit around and look in kids' windows thing? Is that not creepy? That's not creepy now?
Oh no, that was absolutely creepy.
Because there was a lot of that.
I mean, but let's also deal with the fact that we're dealing with Santa Claus who sees everything that you do. That's actually even worse.
What the fuck is the deal with the whole kids getting coal in their stockings is not about rewarding goodness. It's about this douchebag had some kid laugh at him one time, so he just made that shit up, and then he walks away like, damn, it's great to be a gangster. Like, what the fuck was that?
It was hilarious. Fuck that kid. He deserved everything he got.
But I mean, like, just saying that's the origin of the mythos, not like, just be good because being good is good. It just like, oh, this kid was a douche to me once. Well, I'm gonna fix him.
Liz, let's just deal with the fact that they didn't do the Kevin Spacey, there are no bad kids routine, okay?
Is that good?
Yeah, there are bad kids.
Okay, sure.
Some people are just born assholes. I don't know what to tell you.
That's the other thing, like the whole, like the new Mary Poppins did that same thing, like, oh, everybody can become good, everybody can improve, except for these guys. These guys are just shitty because they're the oppressors. They're always going to be shitty. Usually.
I did not watch a new Mary Poppins movie, so there's that.
Well, the banker character in that movie, he was
a banker, I'm assuming.
Yeah, and well, no, the original Mary Poppins, like even the old banker guy, oh, he eventually got the joke, and he got the idea of joy, and like they kind of changed their tune a little bit, and they're out there flying kites at the end. The new Mary Poppins, oh no, he's just a stupid banker. They're just the oppressors, and they can't be changed, and his balloon won't even float when everybody else is floating in the air because he just sucks. Fuck that guy. Like, it's just all so like I don't want to use the word redemption, but like there's just no idea of like, no, there's just these people, they just suck because they're just that kind of person.
I guess.
When everybody else in the entire town was able to make a change, like you were saying, like why not, them? Why is there just like, no, there's no hope for those people.
Okay, I think I see what's going on here, Liz. You
Okay.
spend too much time in book world and not in film world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do
There's
tell.
there's a reason they needed 3-hour movies to pull off the story that was even thinner than this one in The Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
And that reason is too many fucking characters.
Okay.
There's an economy of writing that you're not seeing here. You can't just have a million fucking characters constantly in the movie. That character was there to establish one thing. He was an asshole. He established the coal bit.
Okay.
It's a joke. It was just an aside.
Okay.
They never even revisit the idea again. It was just to establish something.
Well, I mean, they do, because all the kids are then writing letters to show everything they've done that's virtuous, so they can get a toy.
That's part of the same joke.
Please give me a toy. I helped this guy who said he didn't want me to help him the way that I did, but I knew better for him, and I did it, so give me a toy.
I don't remember that part, but I'll take your word for it that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, folks, I thought it was a wonderful movie. Liz clearly thinks that all the things that are awful and all the politics that exist in the world got rolled up in this.
And you may completely disagree with me. I hope you do. I hope you watch it and you enjoy it with your families.
So, we'll go out there, enjoy the holidays. Peace.
Make it magical.